So I was having dinner. I had a lovely dinner tonight with a friend. And as we were sharing, she kept saying this phrase, that's really hard. That's really hard. And every time she said it, it was like fingernails on a chalkboard for me. And listen, no shade. I know what she meant. She was showing support, and she was being caring and just being empathetic to the unique circumstances that I was describing. And even when she was talking about herself and sharing about her journey and the challenges she was encountering, she framed it around that hardness. Hardness. That it was hard. It was really hard, right? And the circumstances were understandably, by all means and purpose, hard. I couldn't take it anymore. And I told her a story. I told her a story about the time when we were running a home program with my son Regal, who was diagnosed with autism when he was 3. And we ran a program with him, 40, 50 hours a week, building a bridge from his world into our world. And the way that we did that is with a team of volunteers. And so we were in training one time. We had an outside trainer come in, and he was explaining one of the techniques that needed to that they were learning. And she said, "That's really hard. That's really hard." And he looked at her and he said, "If you think it's hard, then it will be hard." And then she said, I know, I think like that a lot. I need to change that." And he replied, "You can change it right now. You don't have to work on it. You can decide right now to change." That was the first time. That was the first time I had heard someone just stand in authority like that and challenge that thought error that you have to work towards something, that you just have to accept that things are hard. No. Jonathan, that's who he was. Jonathan, I love him. Jonathan challenged that thought error. And he said, if you think it's hard, it's going to be hard. It makes sense. The greatest teacher, Jesus, said, what? We become what we believe. We become what we believe. And in this situation, with my son's home program, we had a vision for his development. And in order for that to happen, everyone had to be on the same page. We all had to have the same mindset. We all had to have the same thoughts, because it's your thoughts that produce your results. It's not just the actions that we took. It was the combination of the thoughts combined with inspired action that created the results. And guess what? It all begins with your thinking. What do you think? What do you believe, right? And if there was anyone on our team who was not 100% on board with what's possible, they would disrupt the flow. And then it would be hard. But it doesn't have to be hard, right? And so we had to have that mindset that there was ease and flow. And from that thought produced what we would call the 3 E's of energy, excitement, and enthusiasm. And when you approach something from that place of with energy and excitement and enthusiasm, there's a whole nother vibe there, right? You're coming from a place of power, of joy, of creativity, of play, and just allowing things to happen and unfold. And it's so much fun. And it's not hard. So even though we did this intensive program 40 to 50 hours a week. I'm telling you, 40 to 50 hours a week with no breaks, no vacation, even on holidays. But it wasn't work, okay? It wasn't work. Was I tired at times? Yes. But I went to bed, fell right asleep, exhausted but alive, energized, fueled by purpose, knowing that we were creating a miracle, that we were a part of a miracle. Have you ever felt like that? Right? Did I have days when I questioned? Yes, absolutely. I questioned, am I doing the right thing? Am I making the right choice? You know, would I be able to attract the right volunteers to help us? There's so many questions in my head, but I was certain, I was certain that this was God's work and that He was with me and that He would fill our program with the volunteers and give us what we needed. Okay? So yeah, there was moments of doubt. There were some periods of uncertainty, but I also understood that this was divine, right? And the divine lives within me. And because God lives within me, I have access. I have unlimited access to unlimited supply. So it doesn't have to be hard. I may have to use my brain to figure some things out, but it doesn't have to be hard. As a matter of fact, this is an opportunity. What we experience, the things that appear to be difficult, they are opportunities. They're opportunities to deepen your connection with God and to deepen your connection with yourself. Because you got to go inward, right? To pull out the solutions, to pull out the resources, to pull out the ideas, to pull out the innovation. You got to go in first. So you got to go deep in order for that to happen. And then you also connect. You're connecting. So you're connecting with God. It comes from God, right? From source, comes from God, then flows to you, in you, through you. You're connecting with that you, the real you. And as you connect with yourself, guess what? Then you become aware of the other people in your life that you may need to connect with to help you along the way. So you're deepening your relationships with other people that you need every time you ask for help. So is it hard? If you think it's hard, it will be hard. But if you choose thoughts that remind you of what's possible, if you are so deliberate in creating that atmosphere that supports you, with thoughts that support you, with thoughts that move you forward, with thoughts that inspire you, with thoughts that lift you up, the thoughts that give you those 3 E's, the energy and the excitement and the enthusiasm, an atmosphere that inspires and uplifts, thoughts that do that for you, doesn't have to be hard. It takes effort, but it doesn't have to be hard. You can choose a different thought. You can choose or refuse. Choose a different thought. So I have a question. That's my question for you. What's your thought? What's a more powerful thought? What's a thought that agrees with the infinite possibilities that are available to you? Hmm? What's a thought that draws your attention to your innate abilities to problem solve, to attract resources, to create new paths forward? What's that thought for you? It doesn't have to be hard. Yeah, there's gonna be some effort involved. There was effort involved every day that I woke up and had to clean the poo off of the walls. That was some effort, right? But you're built for it. You can do difficult things. You can do hard things. You're built for it. So choose a different thought and watch what will happen in your life. Watch it. I guarantee you with certainty some amazing, beautiful, powerful, incredible things will begin to happen when you learn to choose a different thought. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Do you believe that? If you believe that, put that in the chat. Say, I believe it. I believe it. And choose a different thought. So, if you need some support with that, right? Because we are creatures of habit. We become what we believe. And if you've been believing a certain way for a certain period of time, that's what you do, right? That's what you do. I moved, and when I would get on the expressway for a minute, for a couple, more than I want to admit, but for a few weeks, I was getting off on my old exit because that's the way that I was used to going. And I'd just be driving along on autopilot, driving along in my automobile, driving along on autopilot, and get off at that exit that I was accustomed to getting off. And then I'm still driving, don't realize, and then it hits me. Oh my gosh, I'm at the wrong exit. I'm on my way back to my old house. And that's what happens to us sometimes, oftentimes, right? Because we are creatures of habit and we're going around on autopilot and we end up repeating the same thing. And if you keep repeating the same things, you're going to keep getting the same results. Aren't you ready for something different? Don't you want more?